This here putting in a set for coyotes. We got a road right here, and it comes down, goes all the way out into the field right there. So we're gonna put in a little Duke number 2, see if we can pick up a coyote. This ground's pretty hard, but we'll get it in. Just gonna dig this trap bed out here. A couple roots in there. Just pound this bed. I have this trap anchored off up there just because I don't really think I'm gonna be able to get a an earth anchor into this hard ground, so that's why I didn't put just an earth anchor in like I usually would. These Duke number 2s are really nice. I like them a lot. Real easy to set. You got a nice night latch on them. I got my dry dirt here. This is just dirt that's had wax melted into it, so it's really dry. Water cannot get inside it, so that way it cannot freeze. I am gonna make this trap bed a little bit bigger though, just to make sure I can fit this trap in here. I do have the bed a little bit offset to the hole because when I look down, they're gonna have their 2 paws right there. So I'll bed this in here. Make sure it's nice and tight in there because you don't want this trap to wobble when if a coyote or a bobcat steps on that jaw. You don't want it to wobble, and then it'll spook off and you won't get your catch. I got my latex pan covers here. I like them a lot. A lot of people will use like wax paper or something like that, but it'll fill with water and it'll start crinkling up and everything like that. So these are real nice, so the water just run right off of them. I'll smooth this across. Add just a little bit more. Now I'm just going to take my sifter here and I'm just going to blend it in a little bit for the coyote. Bobcats don't really care that much, but the coyotes do, so just got to watch out for that. I'll just put something like this over that just so this little hook I got here is not way out in the open. I'll put these little blocks here right where I don't want them to step. And now the trap's set, now I need to bait it. So I use Trapper J All Predator here. I like this lure. I like this lure a lot. I've been using it for about 2 years. Works real nice. Never had a problem with it. It doesn't freeze too bad. Seems like the scent will stay there for a while, so we'll get it down the hole as soon as I can get this stick broke. That's what it looks like. I'm almost out. I'll have to order myself some more, but it's just nice meat grinder action there. We'll put that right down the hole, and then I'm also gonna add a little bit of Trapper J's. Oh fuck, in here, this is skunk lure. It's gel, so it does stay a long time. Just gonna take me a stick here. There's that right there. We're gonna throw that down the hole, probably break that stick off like that. Now all we need is sheep's wool. In Missouri, you can use sheep's wool, but in places like Nebraska, you cannot use fur like this. Well, you can't use feathers at least. So, pretty lucky to be here in Missouri. You can see that sheep's wool down that hole right there. That kind of imitates maybe like a possum, or not a possum, but maybe like a rabbit or a squirrel or something like that, maybe a mouse. And now this trap is set. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Putting another set down this road. We just put a set down there, and now here's the road that goes through here. So we're gonna put in a 3-punch dirt hole set. Should be a pretty simple set here. Gotta make sure we use dry dirt because the ground has been freezing up pretty good, so, or it's gonna start freezing up, so gotta be mindful of that. Hammer that down, flatten it out. Now I'll take my earth anchor. These are just wolf fangs. I like them a lot, they hold pretty well. Basically they'll go in the ground like this, and when you go to pull up, they'll flip down and there'll be a lot more traction on that ground. So I've thought a lot of things with these. Never had a problem with them, except for getting them out. That's the only thing. But while they're holding, they hold really good. So I definitely recommend them to you guys. Okay, that should be good. Now I just gotta get this out of the ground. And to set them, all you do, you just pull up, and now that's not going anywhere. So now I've got my dry dirt here. And I'll put some down in there. And embed this trap. Probably better night latch it. Oh, this one's been beat up a little bit. There we go. So now, get this trap nice and bedded. Put some of this here just to get it around the jaws, just to make sure that that trap's gonna stay where we need it to stay. Don't want it to wiggle. See, it's wiggling there, so we need to bed it just a little bit better. Yep. Just a little bit more and we'll be dialed. Still wiggling a little bit, but this means we need to pack it in. This means we need to pack it in a little bit better. So this kind of stuff is time consuming, but once you get it done, it works. So now that we got the dry dirt all over it, we'll just smooth it out. So that way it's not in one big pile. We want to kind of be a low spot here where they need to step. So that's exactly what we'll do. Now that we got that, we'll take our trusty earth anchor driver. We'll put a hole here. It's a real small hole, don't have to be very big. And then we'll put one here. And we'll put last hole right here. Okay, so now for bait or lure, I'm going to use Oh Fuck Long Call Lure by Trapper J. Just going to give me a little dip in that. Just going to put it right in this hole just like that. And then I think I'm going to grab me some beaver long call lure, beaver lure. Here we go. And then just grab me a little stick. I can grab a stick. That'll be fun. Grab it just like that. Get us some of that on there. Some beaver castor. We'll get it right down there in that hole. And for the last one, once again, I'm gonna grab some Trapper J's All Predator. I'm just gonna put just like the odor of it down in there. Doesn't have to be very much. Coyotes have a really good nose. They're just like a dog, so. We'll grab a stick right quick. This will be fine. Just get the odor on there. And then put it right down in that hole. And for the last step, I'm probably just gonna blend this just a little bit because I am trying to target coyotes here. Well, coyotes and bobcats, but probably catch more coyotes here than we will bobcats. So we'll blend it here just like so. And that trap is set. See you guys on the next one. We got sign up here down this creek, and down this creek is loaded with coyote tracks and bobcat tracks. So we're gonna put a little blind set in here with a Duke number 2. So I'm just gonna dig this trap bed here, scoop it out, and it's gonna be pretty hard to bed it real tightly because it is sand. So we're just gonna bed it the best we can and let it rock. So I'm gonna put this trap here. It's gonna be a little bit underneath ground level, but that'll be good so I can get a full commitment on that pan. So I'm gonna get my pan cover. I use latex pan covers. I'm gonna place that over the trap. I'm gonna get my dirt that I just digged up, and we're just gonna sift it right over. We'll smooth it out a little bit. And now I got my blocking sticks here. I'll put one here, and then I'll put like something like this here. And I'll also add a step over stick on this side and on this side. So they'll be walking down this trail and they'll step right over this stick right into my pen. And then one here, and that's the final set. Woo, here we go, guys. First coyote of the year. I'm pretty sure today, yeah, today is Thanksgiving, so November 28th. He's a smaller coyote, but we picked him up in a cable restraint here on this bank, or here on this creek bed. We'll get him dispatched, and I'll show you guys him up close. Well, guys, I just dispatched this coyote, and I've noticed that he's actually a little mangy. You can also see it back behind his ear there too. So I was definitely doing him a favor. Well, it's a couple days after we caught that other possum, rolling up on a blind set I'd put in on this trail, and we picked up another little possum. So I'll get him dispatched. I'll show you the remake. All right, guys, just putting in the remake for that possum we just caught. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear out this trap bed. I set this 1.5 here. And I'm just gonna grab these weeds here, so that way it's still a funnel right down this trail. So that's all I'm gonna do here. I might put a stick here so they can step over that, but that's the final set. So we're going on down the line. Well, just walking up to this culvert here. Had a couple dog proofs down here. Looks like we picked up a nice coon here. That is a monster coon. Here we go. Well, just pulling up to the last couple sets. Looks like we picked up a little possum in this blind set that I had, so we'll get him dispatched, and that's probably the end of the video. It's a pretty slow week this week, so I'm gonna add in a couple catches from last year's season. In this first video, you can see I'm preparing to put a 330 in this dam, so I'm breaking it up, getting the water running, so when the beaver's coming to fix that, they'll go right through my 330 and I'll have them. As you can see, my plan worked perfectly, and I had that beaver there. My second ever otter caught in a snare on this beaver slide. There he is. Woo! Look what we got here. Nice little bobcat. Here's number 2. Second bobcat of the year right here. Come on, let's hear it. look what we got here. There's one bobcat. And we already got one in there. This is number 2 on the day. Let's go, guys. For those bobcats that I caught, the 4 in a year, most people were surprised on how I did that. But it's actually really simple. All I did was most of them were on pipe sets and dirt hole sets, and then the last one I caught of the year was on a cable restraint, which was intended for coyotes. All I did, you put in a trail that you think they're frequenting, and you'll have them.